Hi everyone, I'm Craig Williams. Welcome to PMB HDR student update number 2. And if you haven't had a cup of tea yet today, make sure you've got one in your hands right now. This won't take but a minute. All right, first of all, I want to tell you about an opportunity to be involved in the Aboriginal teaching program. Some of you HDR students are interested in teaching opportunities, and some of you have already got them. But if you haven't and you're interested in getting involved in working specifically with Indigenous students here at UniSA, you can contact Dylan Hunter. There's his email. It's the usual email, as you can see. There's Dylan's email. And they're seeking tutors in areas of physiology, anatomy, evidence-based practice, physics maybe not so much for some of you, but anyway, so one-on-one tutorial work, really good program. If you're interested, contact Dylan Hunter. The next thing I want to tell you about is a grant opportunity that you may not have heard of, and that's the Gould Experimental Science Grants. Gould, Chancellor of UniSA, and supporting both honours and PhD students with supporting some hands-on research. These are $5,000 science grants. The best way to find out about this, get this information. You can see here this information is just from the web. You go to the main UniSA website, type in Ian Gould Experimental Science Grant, and you'll see the details. So you should check that out. Applications are open. So it's a grant opportunity and it's a great opportunity. So check that out. Now I just wanted to flag with you, at the moment, this is particularly especially for new PhD and master's students who are developing their research proposal for confirmation of candidature. We are planning some changes to the format of this. Nothing drastic. It's going to be actually a smaller thing than it was before. We're just still finalising some of those changes, so be alert for them. One thing I will say before that information is all finalised is that research proposals in the past from our school have been very big. So poor old Gandalf here, Gandalf the Grey, he's been working through someone's research proposal here. Don't let your reviewers have to work through such a tome. They're going to be a shorter and sharper piece of writing. So just be alert to those changes, and we'll definitely be letting everyone know when they're finalised. We're making them available, that information on the HDR website. Also, it's worth pointing out and reminding those producing their research proposals that all of them have to go through the ithenticate system prior to submission. There's a link for that right here. Gosh, if you can type that in, off of here, great. If not, just search ithenticate on the university website and you'll be able to come across that. But this is fantastic, not just for research proposals, for also in the production of your thesis if you're a HDR student, or papers for that matter, later on in candidature. All right, that's all for today's update, and we'll talk to you again soon.